Hey guys, Andrew here with ThruFit. I want to thank you for tuning in. Today's video topic going to be on how to measure your metabolic rate. This video is specifically for the people that are doing the pro-metabolic approach, optimizing their thyroid health, and really wanting to optimize their health long term. Now, reason I'm making this video is I've been getting a lot of questions on, people wanting to do the measuring of the CO2. There are a lot of devices that are really good at measuring CO2 levels in your body, and that's a good indicator of metabolic health. But if you don't want to buy the device or do that device, I think just as important or equally as effective is doing these two simple things to measure your metabolic rate. And those two things are measuring your pulse rate, the rate at which your heart beats, as well as measuring your body temperature. And you want to do this in a resting state, preferably about 10 or 15 minutes after you wake up in the morning. And what you want essentially is a pulse rate on the low end around 70 beats per minute, on the high end sometimes up to 90 beats per minute. I think around 80 or 85 is really optimal beats per minute. That's up for debate, but I think somewhere between that 70 to 80 or 85 range for your pulse rate is going to be the best option. And you can do this simply by setting a counter on your phone for 20 seconds, measuring your pulse in your neck. 20 seconds, multiply it by 3, you're going to get your pulse rate that way. And then another way you can do it is get a thermometer, and you should do both of these things to really get a good reading. A thermometer, one that either goes on your armpit, measures your forehead temperature, or underneath your tongue. Either way works, and you want your body temperature to be around 98.7 degrees. And like I said, this is for the people interested in the pro-metabolic approach. There's a lot of information out there that says that having a lower heart rate around 60 beats per minute and a body temperature around like 97 or 96 degrees is optimal and is good for longevity. There's a really big argument with this right now. I can tell you straight up that from my personal experience, when I was undetected hypothyroid, that I had cold extremities, my body temperature is around probably 96.5 degrees, 97 degrees, and my pulse rate was probably below 60 beats per minute at times. Sometimes I'd have to check it to even see if it was beating, but I'd say about 55 to 60 beats per minute. And I can tell you that my health from a hormonal standpoint was just not great. Like I talked about, hormones really run the show. When I was hypothyroid, I had really bad anxiety, really bad ADD, poor digestion, stuff like that. And then when I started to increase my metabolic rate by, implementing all these principles like balancing my blood sugar, not skipping meals, eating foods that support a healthy metabolic rate, avoiding things like polyunsaturated fatty acids. When I began to incorporate those things, my body temperature came up to about 97, 98 degrees. My pulse rate came up to about 70 beats per minute. And, a lot of these symptoms that I was experiencing just slowly vanished away, and life became much, much easier. Stress became much easier to deal with, so on and so forth. And there's so many stories like that from people that came, especially from these restrictive diets, low calorie diets, into a more pro-metabolic approach where they're consuming more calories, more forms of energy, increasing their vitality, increasing the energy levels in their body. There's just so many testimonials, and I veer on the side of the pro-metabolic approach as being much more sustainable long term, but that's the argument I like to stand by, through personal experience and through people I've helped with as well, have said the same thing. So very simple, guys. Pulse rate and body temperature are the two best things that you can do every time you wake up in the morning, 10 to 15 minutes after you wake. Keep a log and take the right practices each day to help increase your metabolic rate and watch your life just get better, your health just get better, stuff like that. So if you guys have any experience or questions about this, drop them in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.